Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Lizzie, please?
This is her speaking. Who's calling?
Hi, Lizzie. This is Jubal from Brooke Jubal in the morning.
Okay. What is this?
It's a radio show.
That's odd. I've never been called by radio before.
Well, cool. There's a first for everything. Any idea why I'm calling you?
No idea.
Okay, well...
Contemplating hanging up.
No, please don't. Please don't hang up. Yeah, don't hang up. You're going to be very interested in this phone call.
Okay.
Because it involves, I'm sure, one of the many men that's vying for your attention. Beating down your door.
I guess you're implying that I go on lots of awesome dates.
Well, I heard you're as beautiful as a snail, so I figured you're probably going out on a lot of dates.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Uh-oh.
Does it remind you of somebody named Mark?
Yeah, actually.
That's not a bad giggle. That is kind of a positive giggle that you have right there.
Well, I mean, that was kind of cute.
Cute?
It was cute. Okay.
I liked it.
So, yes, Mark is the guy that asked us to call you. He says that you met after one of his poetry readings, and he really enjoyed spending time with you, but now you're not answering any of his phone calls or text messages. And he was hoping we could find out why.
Well, it wasn't like the best date ever.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
He said he thought that you liked him until he said the line about being as beautiful as a snail.
I mean, the snail thing, I was like, what? That's weird. But it was like, I don't know, I guess he was just trying to be like dorky and poetic and find meaning in nothing and then make it something.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, you know, like he's trying, so that's nice. But
So wait, it wasn't the snail line?
no, it wasn't the snail line that got me.
Was the date already bad before the snail line? Because he thought that was the turning point.
No. I mean, he made fun of me.
What?
Like how?
Well, we were just talking about poetry and stuff, you know, like you do at places where people will go and talk about poetry. And
Makes sense.
Yeah.
so he asked me, you know, who my favorite poet was, and I told him, and he just laughed at me. He just made fun of me and for it. So I thought, wow, this guy is kind of a joke.
Oh, wow. So you brought up your favorite poet and he laughed at your taste?
Yeah, just shot me down. Like,
Messed up.
Did you tell him that?
we talked about it. We kind of felt like we were arguing and going back and forth, and it was just not comfortable. And
I like how he asks your opinion and then says, that's a bad opinion.
yeah, maybe he thought I was joking, but I definitely wasn't, because my answer was one of my biggest inspirations. So when he shot me down, I was like, wow, this guy's a f***ing ass.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, well, who's your biggest inspiration?
So I said that my favorite poet was Dr. Seuss, and he laughed at that.
That's awesome, though.
And now the guy in the background's laughing. Great.
Yeah, but
You don't
that's
expect people to talk about great poets, and then, I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not a big poetry guy, but I wouldn't think
Well, I
Dr.
mean-
Seuss like.
I thought she's kidding.
See, yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't matter, like, anytime I bring it up, everyone's going to think that I'm kidding, like it's a joke. And see, he's laughing again.
Sorry, I'm
I know.
sorry.
Oh my God.
I can tell
So
you're
frustrating.
you're getting upset, and Jose laughs at everything,
Yeah.
so don't worry about that. Okay, he laughs at everything. But
Okay.
I will tell you this: Mark is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry if that makes you even more upset.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Dr. Seuss? That's what this is about?
Well, yes, that's what offended me. Like, you really hurt my feelings, because I, vulnerable like a little snail, opened up and told you something that I like, and then you just like shoved it right back in my face, and it was rude. It was like,
I
you had
genuinely
no
thought you
respect
were
for...
kidding.
No, you have no respect for me. So why would I call you back?
It's not that I don't have respect for you, Lizzie. We had a great time. I'm just saying Dr. Seuss is who inspired you to be a... I mean, what is
Well,
that?
yeah, I mean, obviously you cannot get past that. Then, like, if you can't, you know, deal with the real me, then you don't deserve it. So.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish is not a poem.
I think it is.
Yeah, it rhymes.
It definitely is a poem. And
It's a poem for children. I thought we were talking about real poets. I thought we were having a grown-up conversation, and then you start talking about, you know, everyone loves the Grinch, but I'm not 10 years old anymore.
Mark, you need to back off right now.
Oh.
What? Am I offending you right now? Does anyone else there actually think Dr. Seuss is the real poet?
Oh, come on.
I mean, truly.
Maybe the people that bought the over 600 million copies of his work that was sold, yeah, maybe that counts for something. What have you sold?
Ouch.
Okay, well, maybe I haven't sold anything, but did Dr. Seuss go to open mics every weekend trying to, like, perfect the craft? No, he did not.
Do we know that for sure? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe Dr. Seuss did go to open mics.
That'd be awesome.
I guarantee Dr. Seuss never opened up to a live audience in a dive bar. I bet he was at home scribbling down children's writing.
I can't believe how ignorant you are right now. He went to Dartmouth College. I'm sure he had to speak in front of many people.
How do you know so much about him?
That's interesting.
Like I told you, and you didn't listen to me before, he is one of my biggest inspirations. So, yeah, I'm going to know some stuff about him. And, like, you don't even have a clue what you're talking about. You're the one that called me.
Look, if I wanted to be a hack like Dr. Seuss and write about cats and hats and bats, then I could. And you know what? I could probably sell 1 million copies. But I don't. I go up there and I talk about my feelings and the world around me like a real poet's supposed to.
I find it hard that I even have to defend myself in regards to Dr. Seuss. Other than writing children's books and poems, I mean, he's very political and he has all kinds of hidden symbolism in Green Eggs and Ham. And
oh my God. No, that's not. What is the symbolism in Green Eggs and Ham? Food poisoning? Bad meat?
Yeah, Martha, why don't you go back to your own apartment and write your whiny poems about your ex-girlfriend, because that's clearly the only type that you can get.
Oh.
Well, okay, great. Why don't you just go back to the bookstore and sit in the children's section on a mini stool and read your pop-up books? How about that?
Whoa.
Yeah, it would be more pleasant than talking to you, that's for sure.
I thought for sure we would get you on the phone, Mark, and you'd apologize and say, oh my God, I didn't mean to diss your inspiration. I'm sorry.
I would have if she didn't double down on it. I mean, good Lord.
Good
Is that
Lord.
not what is that not what this whole phone call is about? Just to make fun of me some more?
No, it was
it wasn't.
to try to get you a second date with Mark. Which, if you would like a second date with Mark, Lizzie, we would pay for it. Would you like to go out with him again?
No, hell no. That is the last thing that I would want to do. I'd rather go sit in the children's section of the library and read pop-up books. Thank you.
It does sound pretty fun, actually.
Never call me again.
Wow.
Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
no second date for you, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it.
But I did, in that time, write a poem about it if you want to hear it.
I
God, no.
I would love to.
No.
Don't put me on the spot like that. I didn't actually have anything prepared.
Oh, that's the point.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Can I speak to Rebecca, please?
This is she.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm calling you because one of our listeners recently sent us an email about you, and I wanted to ask you some information.
About me? An email about me?
Yes. It's a segment that we do on our show. It's called The Second Date. It's basically if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why.
Okay.
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently?
I wouldn't say a lot, but I've definitely been dating. I'm single, so.
All right. Well, this guy's name is Chuck. You know Chuck? Is that a
yes
is that
or-
a yes? You know him and you're not impressed by Chuck? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Or you don't know who Chuck is.
I know who Chuck is.
Okay. I'd appreciate it if you could just tell us maybe why you're not calling him back.
I mean,
He said you guys met at a singles mixer and ended up going to an art exhibit.
that's true.
Okay. He said at the art exhibit he was trying to act like he was smart and knew everything about art when in fact he really doesn't know much at all. And he thinks that you saw through that and that's why you're not calling him back.
I thought he knew a lot about art, so.
Oh, you did?
Really?
Oh, so he
He,
fooled you.
he pulled it off?
I thought he knew what he was talking about. I mean, I don't know too much about art either, so maybe that was.
Really?
That's awesome. Okay, so there's some common ground between you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good time. He's very charming and a little rough around the edges, but in a way that was nice and what I liked.
So if the date went really well, then why did you sound so disgusted when I brought up his name?
Well, he kind of creeped me out. I mean, and not for anything that happened on the date. The day went well. I came home. I felt good. You know, went to bed, and the next morning I got up and logged into my Facebook, and I had a ton, like hundreds of notifications.
Whoa.
And I was like, what's going on? Why? And he'd gone through, like, every single profile photo that I've ever posted and liked them. So all of the notifications were him liking my photos. And they were photos, I, like, swear to you, from, like, the beginning of my Facebook, like, lifetime. Like, I mean, when did Facebook start? This must have been from, like, 2006 or 7. Like, maybe even before that. Like,
Oh, man.
but maybe...
Anytime anybody's ever been on my thing and I get a like from like 5 years ago, like, oh, that's creepy.
No, it's totally creepy. And what's worse, it didn't just stop at Facebook, though. He went to my Instagram, and like left a few comments too on like old postings, like kind of in a way that was seemed aggressive almost. It was like, thank God I didn't have a Twitter account, or like, what would he do?
He's retweeting tweets from 10 years ago.
I mean, you're telling me that you didn't look up all of his old pictures and Instagram?
Well, that's a good. I did look at photos, but I didn't like him, and I did not go back to like the beginning of his Facebook profile and be like, oh, you look adorable as a 24-year-old or whatever, whenever Facebook started. But that's like a huge red flag to me that, I mean, whether or not he knows the etiquette.
Thank you for sharing that with us, by the way. There is a difference between just looking at the photos. We know everybody social media stalks. We know that. There's a difference between looking at it and a difference between liking those pictures. Every single one, and old ones.
I think that that's too far.
You're telling me that if somebody went on your Facebook, a guy that you dated, and started liking pictures from like 5 years ago, and how many pictures do you have on your Facebook, Rebecca?
Oh my God! I mean, like hundreds, like over 1,000 for sure. Like
he didn't like over 1,000 photos, though.
You liked like 600 of my normal photos, like photos I tagged in, photos I posted, like all of my photos.
Wow.
I think there was even a few events that he like liked on the way. Like, who does that?
That must have taken him a lot of time.
He's up all night.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's even creepier. I mean, that makes me want to not friend anyone ever. Like,
You know what? This might creep you out too, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Let me get this straight. You don't like the fact that I like your stuff? I mean, why would you put
That's a bad way to
stuff
say it.
on the internet if you didn't want people to look at it and, like, comment on it? I mean, I just wanted to know more about you, I really like you. I wanted a little background on you,
I mean, is like 600 of my photos like enough background? Like, how much background did you need? Like, did you need to go back to what I looked like in 2006 and like enjoy that moment of my life? Like, I never assumed that someone was going to go back and like every photo and leave comments. Like, I mean, Chuck, you found a photo of me when I was 24 and blonde and posted something like, hey, blonde bombshell. I mean, like, you posted that on that. Like, why would you do that?
It's true. You were a blonde bombshell. I wasn't lying. Forgive me for thinking that you were attractive at age 24.
But don't you think that's weird? Like, you posting on these photos from, I mean, on my Instagram, too, like, how long did it take you to do that? You sifted through 600 photos at least. I mean, were you up all night?
Well, I don't really sleep very much, so I was just up online, and just sifting through photos.
Oh my God. Does that not creep anyone else out? Like, am I alone in this?
I kind of still think that he's likable and that you should give him a chance. I know that sounds crazy and I know it's really creepy, but he really doesn't sound like he gets it. Like, Chuck, do you just not understand how social media works?
Well, apparently I don't. I mean, if you're not supposed to like things, I mean, why is there a like button if you're not supposed to use it?
You're supposed
I don't think that's fair. I don't understand.
Because you're supposed to use it sparingly, Chuck. Like, use the like button like a precision sniper. One shot, right? You don't just go through with a semi-automatic weapon and just blow a bunch of likes across somebody's Facebook page. It's going to creep them out.
I thought it was a nice thing, I mean, if somebody went through my photos and liked them or commented on them, I would be, like, really flattered. I mean, that's why they're up there, so people can enjoy them. I was surprised that Rebecca didn't like any of my photos the next morning.
I mean, I looked at your photos, but I didn't, like, go through it and like them all. Cause I mean, like, it's so creepy. I don't know.
Creepy,
creepy line.
Or is he just more honest than any of us? Because at least he admits that he went through and stalked it instead of pretending like he didn't.
Rebecca, I would love to ask you if you'll go on a second date with Chuck. We will pay for it.
I promise I won't like you. And then I'll go back and I'll stay up all night and I'll unlike all the photos if you want, if that makes you feel better.
I mean,
Come on.
I did have a really good time. That totally creeps me out, but maybe you are just more honest than the rest of us with our Facebook stalking.
Okay, so you'll go out with Chuck again?
I think, yes, I think I'll.
Good.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Way to go,
Congratulations, Chuck. You got your second date. Now, I want to point out you did get a date by a girl going, I guess.
I'll take it.
All right, whatever it is, you'll take it.
A win's a win.
Hello,
Hi, I was looking for Bonnie.
this is Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
From a radio?
Yeah. Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, it's the name of a morning radio program.
Why?
Why? I don't
a really
know. That's
good
just the
question.
name we gave it.
It
Why
seems
are we
simple.
calling you? Is that what you're wondering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were just wondering why we named it that. Calling you today because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after, they can email us and we'll get you on the phone and see if we can find out what happened. So you went out with a dude named Drew.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Drew emailed us and told us a little bit about your date, that you guys met online, you talked a bunch, and you finally coordinated a date, but when you showed up, I guess you had no voice.
True.
And she said that it was awkward because you couldn't talk, and then eventually he said if you're sick, you can go home, and then you went home, and that's the last he heard from you.
Yeah. Okay.
He also said that he really, really liked you, and you guys talked for like a month or something leading up to the date.
Yeah, we did.
You don't sound like you like him as much as he likes you.
You sound bummed.
Yeah, it's okay if you don't like him. I think he just wants to know.
I mean, I wasn't feeling good the day that we were supposed to have our date, and I didn't want to cancel on him. So I ended up going to the restaurant, and I got there, and I asked the hostess where he was seated, and I look over at the table. He's already there, and he looks nothing like his picture, nothing like any photos.
Wait,
What?
so you hadn't lost your voice? Because you said you just asked the hostess.
Yeah, I had not, and I was just trying to figure out what should I do. I mean, I've been talking to this guy for a month.
Wait, how?
So you feel like he catfished you or something?
I feel like he was trying to portray himself younger than he really is.
Oh.
And
what?
I didn't want to, I just felt guilty for leaving. So I was just like on the fly. I just asked the hostess for pen and paper, and I'll just say, I lost my voice.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. That's quick
Wait.
thinking.
Very.
No, you guys, that's ridiculous. How different could he have looked? I mean, how old are you talking?
Are you kidding me? Like, easily could be my uncle.
Oh, man.
We're talking mid-40s. I'm in my mid to late 20s.
Oh, gotcha.
And the pictures on his profile were definitely in my age range. So when I saw him, it was quite traumatic. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. I don't know who this guy is. And he barely looks like his photos. I could kind of tell that it was still him.
Why not just cancel on him instead of sitting there acting like you can't talk?
Because all the time we had spent talking already, I felt guilty. I was trying to be nice. I didn't want to stand him up.
Yeah, but you don't owe anything to somebody who's lying to you. I mean, did he outright tell you that he was your age, or is it something you just assumed?
We never had the conversation, but his photos make him look younger. So
Yeah. It's weird that he wouldn't ever bring that up. Like, if he knows he's using photos from 20 years ago, he's probably going to get caught.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't stay that long on the date, if that's any consolation for you.
He thought you might be faking,
Yeah.
not
Or
having a voice.
catfishing
And I guess you were faking, but he did suspect that.
I mean, it is what it is. He was lying.
I'm not lying. You're lying, Bonnie.
Drew, you're supposed to wait.
What's going on?
Oh, Bonnie, that's Drew. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, but apparently he couldn't wait until I called him into the conversation, Drew.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys, but like she can't say that I'm lying. I'm not lying.
But how are you not lying if you put...
those photos that were on my profile, yes, they were of when I was younger, but those were the best photos. I'm not going to put like a crappy photo of myself on the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Why did you guys not tell me that he was on the line?
Why did you write on a note card like a sociopath and then say you couldn't talk? If that's what it is, then just say that. I don't know why you went around this crazy...
You know, Drew, I was doing you a favor, okay?
Oh,
I
great,
stayed. I could have
great.
left. You could have just been stood up at that restaurant like an average 45-year-old man, but I stayed.
Well, I might be
I was
might
there.
be older, but I'm not like a Hannibal Lecter type of person that writes like a. Why couldn't you just say
We don't know that.
Drew, it is kind of weird that you brought up the whole point of how she was gorgeous in real life. Didn't you at any point think like, ooh, I better let her know that I'm significantly older than the photos that I used?
Significantly.
Yeah, just add it in again.
Drew.
Well, it does sound like you're just like fishing for younger women by tricking them online.
No,
That's
no, I'm totally not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm taking the photos that I think best represent my personality.
That's not true. I'm going to paint a photo. I'm going to paint a photo for you. If you were to walk into a restaurant, blind date,
and you
would
were
ask
going
the
to go
hostess
meet a
for
woman.
a
Don't interrupt
no
me. I'm
card.
not done. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done.
Okay, let's have
And
her,
you were
have her
supposed
moment.
to see a woman, and then this woman ended up being 65 years old. What would you do? What if she looked old enough to be your mother?
65
You look
years
old enough to be an
First
uncle
of all, you're
of
being
mine.
hyperbolic. Okay.
Oh, big words.
Or do you
Big
even
words.
know that? Do you know
Yeah,
what I
I'm not a f***ing idiot. Yeah, I know exactly
Are you
what
sure
you're talking
you're not
about.
an idiot? Because you sound like a raving lunatic.
Oh!
That would actually go to a hostess and ask for a pen and paper and then write that. Like, sorry, I can't talk. Are you, like,
Oh, I'm
were
the
you raised by
lunatic,
wolves?
Drew. You're the one who called me on the radio, you idiot. What else? What else do we have to do?
You moron.
Oh
Because
my God, both of you.
I had called you, texted you, reached out, and you just thought you could just, like, do whatever the hell you want. And you, by the
I will.
greaterness of your voice,
Yeah.
I know that you feel like you're a very entitled person now.
Drew,
It's
Drew,
really
just
annoying.
settle it.
Everyone
Drew,
should
how
know.
old are you? How old are you, Drew?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, that means you are really old.
Well, I sound a lot younger than you do, sweetheart.
Oh, dang.
Oh, I think we have our answer here, Drew. I
Wow.
think you know why.
I don't think we have our answer because you two sound like there's a lot of passion, and I would love to
Yeah.
see you guys go out on a second date. Bonnie, would you like a second date with Drew? We'll pay for it.
Why?
Why not?
Don't you want an older man?
Why?
But now you're just mocking her?
Yeah.
He has
That is
he has,
exactly
he
what
has
I'm doing.
nothing better to do.
Oh,
So
man.
you're actually 12, is what I'm hearing,
He's
Drew.
older, but he's not as mature.
I'm happy to do Drew a solid, and I can set him up with one of my mother's friends.
Oh, man.
Okay, Bonnie, thank you for your time. Drew, I'm sorry you didn't get your second date, but maybe update your photos online. Maybe that will help.
Yeah.
Shut up, ass. Why don't you update your photos? So you look so ugly.
I tried, but there's nothing that can really help that. Maybe I can borrow your photos.
Hello?
Hi, is this Kelly?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Kelly, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay. I'm good. What's going on with you?
Not much, just doing a radio show and thought we'd call you.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. You said you're with a radio show, and what do you need?
Yes, Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, that's the name of the show. And we do a segment on our show called The Second Date. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after that date, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. So we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, huh?
We did.
From who?
His name is Jake.
Oh, him?
Yes, him. The dude you went to like a jazz club with?
Yeah.
Yeah. He emailed us, told us that he really liked going out with you, told us about your date, and he also said that it seems like you don't want to go out with him again, so he wants to know why.
Okay, you said it seems like I don't want to go out with him again. I'm going to clarify and say that I don't want to go out with him again.
Oh, that's a strong sentiment.
Okay. Can you tell us why?
You know, it was just a really disappointing night. I was really optimistic.
Were you hoping he would have played a trumpet with his butt?
What? Oh, shit, that doesn't make any sense to
He has
her.
no idea what that means.
Yeah, don't worry about that comment. Anyway, why was it disappointing?
Okay, I don't know what you guys know, but we went to a jazz bar, and
Yeah, he told us that. He said you guys couldn't talk because there was like a no talking policy, so he wrote notes. And he thought that that actually was a good thing. Like you guys bonded over that and thought it was funny and stuff.
totally. It was, I mean, that was really fun. It was really cute. And then, you know, I was feeling good about the night, about him, and then we went back to his place, and he made me a drink, and then he wanted to give me a grand tour of his place.
Uh-oh. Does he have something creepy in his house? We've heard that a lot on these second dates.
So, I mean, he kind of took me around to, like, the normal stuff, you know, like the kitchen, living room, whatever, showing me the place. And then we went into this one room, and there were glowing sticker stars on the ceiling, and there were trophies on the wall, and there were bunk beds. And I thought, oh, my God, like, do you have a kid?
Right.
And he said no, and started laughing and said that it was his room and that him and his roommate sleep in bunk beds because they want to save money because rent is expensive. And it's not only him and his roommate in the bunk bed, but the whole apartment, which is a one-bedroom, by the way, houses 4 people.
What?
And some of the other people are sleeping on, like, a pull-out couch or on an air mattress because they all want to save money.
Well, I mean, you kind of got to understand that. Like, rent is insane. That seems pretty extreme, but...
Right. I mean, like, I'm all about, you know, finding ways to save your money, but I don't know if this is the right fit for me.
You're not trying to date a dude with bunk beds that stares at glowing stars on his ceiling?
And, oh, this is the other thing, is that he said, oh, well, my roommates aren't going to be back for another hour, so we can do stuff.
Did he mean, like, obviously you think he was implying sexual stuff?
I mean, most likely, but
Who knows? He's got bunk beds and stars on his ceilings. He might have meant Legos. He might have bought a new Lego city or something you guys could have built.
yeah. I mean, it's just not the type of man that I see myself dating because this apparently is a man-child, 12-year-old bedroom.
How do you know? I mean, okay, the stars are one thing, but what if he's just really good with money and he's budgeting and he's saving for something? Like, I don't know, I feel like you're passing a lot of judgment.
I mean, I have priorities, and I think dating someone who's sleeping on a bunk bed with his roommate underneath, like, I'm not really trying to spend the night over there.
Yeah.
So, but
He
don't
could be
you
a secret millionaire.
Yeah. I mean,
You
like, Jubal's right. Like, don't you have a place that you can bring him back to?
Sure, but I also like going to other places. Like, you know, like all the other men I dated at least have their own room, let alone their own bed.
Well, he has his own bed.
It's just on top of another.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, it's on top of his buddy's bed.
Yeah, I'm not into it, so I don't really know what else to tell you.
Well,
Yeah.
I think you told us everything you need to tell us. I do need to tell you something, though. Jake is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
No, he's not.
Yep, he is. Jake, you there?
Yeah, hey. I don't get it.
Hi.
Are you serious? Like, are you judging me for...
Dude.
I
Sorry.
want to save money. I live in this bachelor pad with roommates. It's how we, get by.
Yo, I don't know if I would call this a bachelor pad. Your bunk bed has a slide.
Dude, that's kind of awesome. Sorry to interrupt, but...
Yeah, it's totally awesome. You didn't even go down it once. Just because we're older doesn't mean that we can't have fun in our own room.
Jake, that's a kid thing. They have those bunk beds with slides. As an adult man, you should have a more appropriate bed.
Well, I mean, if you need me to take the slide off, I totally can. It's easy. It's just plastic.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
The bunk bed is a really great idea. We can stay in one room. Past girlfriends I've had actually like it because it, we actually have to sleep closer and cuddle. You know what I mean? And it's been really great.
Yeah, cuddling with you, me, and then your roommate below us.
But my roommate is a really heavy sleeper. He won't wake up for anything.
Yeah. You can go up and down that slide all night long. He won't even know.
I didn't even talk to you when I was there about the whole star thing on your ceiling. Like, what is that even for?
I'm on the top bunk. It helps me read at night.
What do you mean it helps you read?
Yeah, it glows for the first hour after I turn off the lights, and I can
Dude,
still read.
those are not bright enough to read by. Nice try, though. That was a good try.
Okay, so what? I think they're cool looking.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There's the answer.
I just think that I should be judged on the time that we had and the connection that we had on that night, and not on just a piece of furniture that I have.
Yeah, he still saved up his allowance so you guys could go to that jazz club. Right, Kelly?
I mean, you've got to understand from her point of view. I don't think it's necessarily just about the furniture. It's that, you're sharing a room with a dude still.
Here's the thing. I've been saving a lot of money doing this.
Yeah.
And I have goals what to do with that money. I'm actually going to buy a condo in the next 5 years.
So there you go, Kelly. He's not going to permanently be living in that bunk bed. I mean, the bunk bed might go to the condo, but who knows? But,
So, Jake, you're telling me that I should trust you because you're saving money to buy a condo that maybe you'll get in 5 years.
Exactly. It's going to be a really nice condo, too.
How many roommates will you have in your condo?
Hopefully just one. Hopefully it's going to be you, Kelly.
all right. Well, Kelly, would you like to go out on a second date with Jake? We will pay for it. And who knows, one day you could be living in a condo with Jake, with a bunk bed, with a slide.
I'm going to decline this one, but thank you so much.
Are you sure?
Not even a second chance?
There are some things that I prioritize in my dating life, and bunk beds is not one of them.
Okay.
I guess I don't want to go out with someone who's going to just judge me for the furniture I have in my house.
Sorry, I'm judging you, and honestly, I think that the rest of the girls that you're going to meet in the rest of your life are going to judge you as well, and that's just kind of how it is.
Ouch! Burn!
Sorry, Jake. No second date. But hey, one day you'll have that condo. And
I will.
Yeah, you will. And when you get the condo, ditch the bunk bed, all right?
Yeah.
I guess note taken.
Go with the race car bed for that one. It's your own bed.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hello?
Hi, is this Paige?
Yes? Who's this?
Hey, Paige, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Get out.
Hey, Paige.
I don't want to get out right now. I want to talk to you more.
I don't think she meant literally.
What are you doing?
That's a
Standing
good
in
question.
front of a microphone talking to you on the phone right now? What are you doing?
I'm surprised that you guys are calling me. What's up?
Not much.
Paige, you sound so cool. I want to hang out with you already. You're just chill.
I am cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'd have fun.
You sound cool, and the dude that went on a date with you and wants to call you for a second date thought you were cool too.
Oh, that's why you're calling me. Okay.
Do you know who would want to do a second date update with you?
Not really, no.
I think this one would be confusing because I wouldn't even consider your first hangout an actual date.
Okay.
His name is Ryan. You remember meeting a dude named Ryan at a party?
Oh.
He said that he met you at this party and he's been texting you to hang out, but you have not gotten back to him.
That's true.
Why is that true? Is there a particular reason that you don't like Ryan?
Don't like is a harsh way of saying it. I just didn't feel the need to talk to him again.
He has, I mean, we've kind of worked out a theory on why you're not calling him back.
Why do you think?
Because he led you to a room where there was a bunch of people doing stuff with each other.
Oh, my God. He told you that?
Yeah. How many people was it in there? Just curious.
It was, you know, more than a few.
Oh, cool. All right.
Oh my God!
So-
What did you think when you opened that door and saw that?
I was surprised.
Yeah, it's usually surprising when you open a door and something like that's going on. Pleasant surprise or a bad surprise? That's the question, I guess.
I was pleasant surprised.
Oh, what?
Huh?
You were into it?
Hold on.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of bold of him to do something like that. You know, kind of taking me to this room seemed like, oh my God, this guy is kind of on another level, kind of cool. I liked it, and so that was game.
What? You were down to hang out in that room.
Well, I was until first he kind of pulled me a little bit, and I kind of held, you know, I stood kind of strong, trying to let him know it was cool. But then he kind of pulled me a little harder, and he shut the door, and I thought, what's that about?
Oh, my
Oh, so you were actually disappointed that you guys left the room.
Yeah, it was kind of exciting, you know.
Whoa.
Okay, and why didn't you tell him that?
Well, I kind of wanted to see his reaction, too, but then he just seemed to turn into a big prude.
Turned into a big
This is not the direction we thought this was going to go.
No, Ryan
No.
actually thought that maybe you thought he took you to that room on purpose and it turned you off. But apparently it did the opposite.
Why would it turn me off?
Well, because you gave him...
know.
I mean, it's a shock. It's a lot when you literally have only said hi to someone, basically. And then you gave him a handshake at the end.
Yeah, because after he shut the door and then we started having these long, drawn-out, boring conversations, I was like, he did it on accident, I guess, and he just seemed like he was going to be a bore.
Man, Ryan got totally mixed signals from you.
My mind is
I don't
blown.
think that it was... I think Ryan doesn't get it.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's definitely not going to get it, it sounds like. But Paige, Ryan is on the phone and wants to talk to you right now, unless he got scared and left. Ryan, you there?
Paige, I had no idea that you were into that kind of thing. That was totally on accident that I took you into that room.
Did you hear what we just said?
Yeah, I heard everything.
Oh, my God. You guys are crazy.
So wait, Ryan, what are you feeling?
I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I'm so confused.
Like sad that you missed an opportunity? Intimidated? Like...
I'm kind of confused, but I'm also like turned on a little bit, and I'm also I don't quite understand. Like, okay, I assure you, I'm not a prude, but I didn't want to like.
No, Ryan, you wanted to get out of that room pretty fast.
Yes, because I was worried about what you were going to think.
Well, you could have just asked me what I thought.
Oh.
Well, you got so quiet and a little awkward afterwards, so I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how you felt.
I was quiet because I was hoping that you were going to invite me, but you never did.
Wow, Paige.
I love Paige.
Paige, I was hoping to, like win you over kind of thing, but I didn't really exactly want to win you over with a bunch of other people in the same room. Like what I mean is I don't want a bunch of other people winning you over at the exact same time. I'm trying to win you over.
What is going on?
I don't know, but I think Ryan, are you looking for the same thing Paige is looking for at this point?
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Really? You are?
I don't think you even know what Paige is looking for.
I don't either, but I want to go down that road.
Okay, you're ready to try it out. Well, then in that case, Paige, would you like to go out on a second date with Ryan and maybe many others? I don't know, but we will pay for you two to go out at least.
You know, it was spontaneous, right? That moment was so brand new and spontaneous, and he didn't seem down at the time. Ryan, you just didn't pick up the signals, and I just, I don't think it would be right to go on a second date and not feel like you can be spontaneous.
Are you serious?
We can't go back and relive that moment, so...
Yes, we can. I'm all about living in the moment, Paige.
All right.
I know a bunch of parties where all of that's going on constantly.
Oh my gosh.
You do?
Yes, my friends are freakadelic. They like to...
I don't know if I believe him.
Yeah, but now, I don't know. Now I'm going to go, and you're going to be expecting me to want to do something like that. And then what if I want to do something different?
Yes.
What are you going to do, Ryan?
Spontaneous.
She brings up a good point.
Paige, if you're asking me to watch, I can watch. I've done it before. I'm a pro.
I'm a pro. What do you think?
Paige, is any of this, attractive to you?
I just think, our time is over, Ryan, and, you missed it.
Oh,
That
my God.
boat has sailed.
Damn it!
All right, well, Ryan, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date. And Paige, I'm sorry that Ryan didn't seize the moment. And I'm sure you'll find other opportunities, though, if you just keep your eyes open.
There's no way that this could be my life.
You know what, Ryan? Why don't you text me when you're at one of those parties, and if I see you around, I see you around. How about that?
Done.
All right. Well,
Hello?
hi, can I speak to Maya, please?
Is this?
Hey, Maya, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a morning radio program.
It's a radio show?
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. What can I do for you, radio show?
Well, I'm calling you because a listener of ours recently emailed us about you. And he wanted us to get a hold of you because he thinks that you're brushing him off after you guys went on a date.
Oh, my God. I think I know what this is about.
Do you?
Really?
I mean, I hope not, but
Who would that be? What's his name?
Oscar?
Bingo!
Oh.
Oscar emailed us about you, and he said that he really enjoyed going on your date, and he's been trying to get you to go out with him ever since, but you're always like, I'm busy, or whatever.
Well, yeah.
Okay, do you not want to go out with him again?
Correct, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't believe he thought it would be wise to contact the radio station about this, but,
Well, he said that he just likes you a lot. It's a thing we do on our show all the time called Second Date. So let me ask you, was it weird actually meeting a guy off of Xbox Live?
I hadn't met anybody through Xbox Live before, so, I mean, I feel like it's just as weird as anything else, but, it was a public place. That wasn't that wasn't the problem.
What was the problem?
So he's dropping me off at the end of the night. We're, in my parking lot of my building and, just chatting and, honestly, I'm feeling it and I'm kind of waiting for him to go in for a kiss.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Instead of that, he goes, can I show you something right now?
That's something that could go one of two ways on a first date, either good or very, very bad.
Exactly.
What was it?
He starts to take off his shirt.
What?
Dang,
bro.
I mean, I couldn't make it up if I tried. He starts to take off his shirt, and I'm like, whoa, not that kind of girl. What are you doing? And he's like, no, it's cool. Just trust. I'm not being creepy. Just trust me. And shows me on his arm this huge Iron Throne tattoo from Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Oh,
okay, so like that iconic Game of Thrones chair thing.
The Iron Throne.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Whatever.
Why couldn't he just roll up his sleeve to show you an arm tattoo? Why did he have to get half naked?
Well, just you wait. Because that was just the tip of the iceberg. And then he shows me on his pec Gollum from Lord of the Rings tape.
My precious.
Okay.
Okay. So you turned off by that?
The ugliest character of all time.
Yeah.
Do you not think that's weird? A Gollum tattoo on someone's chest?
I don't know. For most people, I would think it was weird, but we talked to him, and the way he was talking about being into Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, I could see him having a tattoo like that.
Have you seen Gollum?
Yeah, I have.
One of the ugliest faces.
Okay.
You're just saying maybe you couldn't want to make, eye contact with...
Think about missionary with that.
That's exactly where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. And then that's not even it. We're not even done there.
Oh, no.
Then he goes, oh, but wait,
you haven't even seen the, what did he say? Pièce de résistance.
Oh, what is that one?
That is his entire back, which is the entire cast of Harry Potter.
Shut up. Harry Potter back guy?
Yes, you may be familiar with the children's novel series Harry Potter.
I'm a little familiar. Yeah, I've heard a thing or two about it.
Yeah, all over my date's back. So yeah, I haven't called him back. I've been polite to him. I haven't completely blown him off, but like, I can't see getting frisky with Harry and the crew.
But you gotta understand, I mean, from his point of view, you're a girl who's like a 12th level elf. Like, he probably thought that you would be into all of those.
I'm also a woman with
Okay. All right, so you just couldn't get down with all of the tattoos that he had, the Harry Potter tattoo, the Game of Thrones tattoo, and the Lord of the Rings tattoo.
and busting them out on the first date in the car.
Hey, Maya, thank you for being honest. I appreciate it. Now I feel like I have to be honest with you about something.
Okay.
Oscar is actually on the line listening and wants to talk to you.
No! Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
No, I'm not.
Oh my god!
I had no idea that was going to freak you out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of you on the radio.
Well, in hindsight, I could see how taking my shirt off in the car could have been weird.
In hindsight.
Well, and it's not only that. I mean, it's like all the tattoos, like Gollum on your pec. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, I mean, they're not all...
on a first date.
I do have a lot of tattoos, and I felt like, I don't know, we were having such a good rapport, I thought the Game of Thrones thing might impress you a little bit. I don't know. But I don't have just nerdy ones. I've got like a sword tattoo, too. That's pretty badass.
I like how that's a badass one.
It is.
Are you feeling insulted, Oscar? I know, like, it seemed like you were
No,
really...
I don't know. The implication that the Harry Potter thing was creepy is a little weird to me, because we discussed the books, so I thought you'd be a little more...
I mean, like, reading the books and enjoying the books is different than, like, permanently putting the characters of the books on your body.
Yeah. I mean, I thought you'd think that my dedication to all the stuff that we liked would be a turn-on, you know? And it would show you that I'm not just some geeky guy, that I'm man enough to get, you know, tattoos and not just some ogre. I mean, in hindsight, like, busting out the tattoos is probably more of a second or third date move. But...
No, I don't ever want to see those tattoos again.
Oh, Maya. But Maya, you said that you really liked him at one point. I mean, it's only the tattoos that turn you off?
It was a weird thing, you guys. You weren't there. Like, the date was cool, and I liked him, but, like, long-term down the road, there's no way I could date a guy with these kind of tattoos for the rest of my life.
Why do I get the feeling I'm going to spend my evening researching erase regrettable ruins? You know, I don't really meet people like you, especially on Xbox Live, and so... I mean, if I got rid of the Gollum one, would that be, you know...
Are you actually thinking of...
Would that make a difference to you, or you know...
I mean, I really, like, we only went out one time, and I don't think you should change who you are for that.
Okay.
I appreciate the thought, but, like, I mean, I'm sure you're going to find the girl who loves the Gollum
man.
you.
All right, I know what that means. All right.
Are you sure, Maya? Hey, Maya, we'll pay for a second date if you go out with him again.
We won't pay for the tattoo removal, though.
I mean, I think we could probably be great friends. I mean, we really did have a great time, and, like, I'd hang out again. But...
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Oscar.
Hey, Oscar, it's not a successful second date for you, man. I'm sorry.
I think I'm going to just pick up my staff and go home.
Yeah, you should.
Hello.
Hi, is Trisha there?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Trisha, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
I'm calling because one of our listeners sent an email about you. His name is Matthew, and he sent us an email saying you guys were supposed to go out on a date, and then you stopped responding to him, and he wants to know why.
He sent an email about that? Why would he do that?
Because he liked you, and he would like to go out again, but you just stopped talking to him, so he thought maybe we could help him out and figure out the answer.
Look, I am not comfortable discussing this.
If it's something way too personal, you don't have to tell us, but if it's not, I mean, he wants to know. He liked you a lot.
You got to put yourself in his shoes. You know how frustrating it can be if you feel like you connected with somebody and then they drop off.
I mean, yeah, I get that. And he's a good guy. I totally got that sense from him.
Okay, so if he's a good guy, then why aren't you calling him back?
Look, he was really cool. He's just not marriage material.
Why is he not marriage material? Did you guys get into that conversation on your first date?
No, Well, no, we didn't like talk about it, but like you could just tell from the date.
Is he immature or something? I mean,
Well, like here's where I am. I am not getting any younger, and I absolutely want to get married someday. And he's just not going to be that guy.
That is a really quick judgment to make after meeting someone just one time.
Yeah.
Actually, we hung out twice.
Oh.
okay, so 2 times
Okay,
is
you're
enough for
right.
you to know that?
Now you know everything about him.
How can you possibly know that he's not marriage material after 2 hangouts?
Because after the second time we hung out, he took me back to his car, and his car was full of stuff, like piles and piles.
Wait,
and
are you saying that it was just messy? Like there was like garbage and stuff in it?
Well, like I didn't know. So I had asked him, I was like, what's the deal with all your stuff? Are you moving or something? And he said no. And he said that he lives out of his van.
He lives in his van?
Yeah, and he does it by choice.
What do you mean? Like it's not that he's homeless, it's that he wants to be homeless?
Yeah, he chooses this.
Really?
What did he say to you to make you think that?
He said, look, it's this really great situation. I choose this. I feel it's better. I'm saving money. And I look in there, and there is a mattress. There's a jug of water, hot plate. It's really weird.
Normally, when you see a van with a mattress in it on a first date, that's a good sign.
No, always bad.
So you're saying you didn't want to see him again because he lives in his van?
No, I don't know. I've been going back and forth over this, like, for the past few days because, like, he lives in a van.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't want to move into a van if you guys ever got more serious?
No, well, no, I don't know. That's the thing.
You don't know if you want to move into a van. You might be willing to move into a van?
No, I definitely don't want to live in a van. Like, that's the problem.
But don't you think... Okay, granted, this is a kind of an odd situation, but he has like a regular job, right?
He has a really good job, and he makes like a ton of money. He just chooses to save it.
All right, so the guy just likes to live in a van.
He seems really in love with his living situation, and if that's the case, I don't want to mess with it.
I have so many questions.
You don't want to make the guy give up his house, you know?
Exactly, his green van.
Well, Trisha, I do need to let you know that Matthew is actually on the other line listening, maybe in his van right now, and he wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Matthew, you there?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Hey, Trisha.
Oh, my God.
I am not in my van, just to clarify. I'm in my office. I'm at work right now.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm just really surprised because, like, when we went out, I mean, you seemed to think it was really kind of cool what I was doing.
Yeah, I said it was cool when I was looking at it because I didn't just want to tell you it was weird right off the bat.
Okay. Oh, now you're just 180 on this, so I'm confused.
Matthew, think about it. I mean, how could a girl see a van and think, I want to stay the night with him? I'm not sure where I'm going to go to the bathroom if I have to go, but...
Just owning a van and living out of it is awesome. I have this freedom that everybody else is dreaming about. I save all this money. It keeps going in the bank when everybody else is spending and going into debt on these houses that they can't afford, and they're never in because they're always at work all day for them. I mean, what's the point of it?
The point is to actually have a place where you could hang out, not something that you could, like, drive from point A to point B, like you're home traveling everywhere.
That means I can hang out everywhere, Trisha. Wherever I want to hang out. Like, the world is my home. And Trish, I'm not living in the Stone Age with this. Like, I've got Wi-Fi, you know, I can run things off this generator. Like, I have electricity. I have the basic things that I need and stay connected with the world. I can work remotely if I want to. Like, come on.
He's got it all figured out, Trisha.
It just sounds weird to me. I never pictured my boyfriend living in a van.
On purpose.
But it may be fun, Trisha. I mean, it's definitely an adventure.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
It is an adventure. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I don't know, man. I mean, you have a great personality. You're a really cool guy, but the whole living in a van thing is just a giant turn off for me.
Just give it a weekend, Trisha. Like, pretend you're going on a luxurious camping trip. Give it 2 nights, and I will convince you. I promise.
2 nights, that is a big ask, sir.
So you want me to spend 2 nights in your van when we've only been on one official date together?
You were the one who was throwing around the marriage word of, needing to find marriage material. So, 2 nights is not going to kill you.
He has a point.
I mean, I say 2 nights is a drop in the bucket.
In that case, Trisha, would you like to go out with Matthew on a second date? We will pay for it. I mean, I guess the date would be 2 nights in his van, but whatever. Would you like to go out with him again?
I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I am going to say no to 2 nights in the van. But I'm up to hanging out with him again.
Okay, so you'll go out on a date with him, but you won't sleep in the van.
Yes, I will go out on a date. I will not spend the 2 nights in a van.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Matthew. That's a successful second date.
I can work with that.
All right. So you guys go out on your date. Matthew, you try to convince her that living in a van is better than living in a house, and I wish you both luck.
Trisha, freedom is in our future. I guarantee.
Oh, my God.
Hello?
Hi, is this Angie?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, what's up, Angie? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Not bad. It sounds like you might be familiar with the show.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it before.
Cool.
Thank you.
Nice. You ever heard a second date before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, wonderful. Then
This is
you
going
might
to
be
go.
excited to know that's why we're calling today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That wasn't a very excited. Uh-oh.
Okay, what's going on?
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently?
Not a lot.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you been out on a date with a dude named Kurt?
Yes, I did go out with him.
Cool. Any guess on who might be calling for a second date?
You just said it.
I told her.
Well, I guess it's him, but that's kind of weird.
Why is it weird?
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in going out with him.
Yeah, I mean, he got that because you haven't called him back. Remember, the point of the second date is find out why.
Yeah, but I guess he really didn't get it because he actually called you guys, which is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you're saying that
yeah.
it should be obvious why you're not
Yeah.
calling him back.
Yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
guess it's not though.
Really?
Is it the joke about your grandmother?
Oh, he actually told you that? Yeah, that was really I didn't appreciate that at all, but that's not the whole reason.
Yeah, he did tell us about that. He told us that he feels bad actually about making a poorly timed joke when you shared that your grandmother had just passed away. So he does feel bad about that, but it's more to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the worst part was that he was going on and on about the fact that he's a male model. It was very uncomfortable for me, and he kept making all these faces this is my relaxed face and this is my productive face and
Oh
this
my
is my
God.
evening romantic face. Who does that?
Are you serious? He mentioned that it was weird you weren't calling him back because girls always call him back because he's a model.
Yeah.
Oh, please. So doesn't that give you an idea of how gross he is?
Oh.
Wait, when did he start doing faces at the table?
Really early on in the date. He seemed like he was trying to impress me. If there was a mirror behind me in the booth, I bet you he would have just been looking at his reflection the whole time. Yeah, this dude is here's me, here's the world, and here's all my faces. And I was like, oh, come on.
Wow.
I wasn't in a really good mood, I mean, I just wanted to go out and have some fun. I'm sad about my grandma, and this guy is just, ew, he just made it worse.
I'm surprised he didn't take that opportunity to show you his sad look.
He may have. He showed me a lot of looks, the whole gamut.
What did you say to him?
I mean, I didn't know what to say because, I mean, he just thought that he was so entertaining. And, I mean, I sort of tried to get the point across that I wasn't really into seeing all these faces, and I just kind of wanted some nice company. And, but I guess he didn't get it.
Okay, so long before the dead grandma joke, you were over this guy.
Yeah, I mean, that sure didn't help matters, but it's not the kind of guy that I want to hang out with, no.
Yeah.
Well, Angie, thank you for being honest with us. Also, I want to let you know that I haven't been fully honest with you.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean that Kurt is actually on the other line listening to this and wants to talk to you.
Oh.
Angie.
Oh, my God, you're on the phone. Great.
Yes, I'm on the phone. And first of all, I know you're trying to bash male modeling, but it's really insensitive. And
I was just trying to show you, kind of like my talents and hoping that you would show me your talents, but you don't really have any. So.
Whoa! Somebody got their feelings hurt, Kurt.
I mean, maybe I don't care that much about your talents right now. I have other things going on in my life. I just wanted someone normal to hang out with, but that's not you.
Oh, wow.
I cannot believe you didn't come in with an apology, Kurt. Like, oh my God, I was nervous. I'm sorry.
See how he is?
I mean, why am I going to apologize if, like, everybody in the station, including yourself, is, like, making fun of what I do? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to apologize for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know that you think your modeling is really great, so why do you care what anyone thinks of it? And like I said, I have other things going on right now, so I'm not so interested in your bragging about your talents. I was just trying to have a good time.
Kurt, I don't think you get it. Like, nobody's making fun of your career. They're making fun of you being so self-absorbed.
Exactly. Well, I mean, whatever, like, however you want to spin it, that's, like, on you. But I was just trying to be outgoing, trying to show, like, a little bit more of my personality on the date. But it's being spun around. Like, I'm just sitting here with, like, some self-indulged guy on a date, and that's not who I am. That's not what I do. And
that's what it sounds like. I mean, how many faces did you show her?
For your information, I actually have 15 to 20 different faces that have all made me over $1,000.
Whoa!
That's good. I wish I could get paid for my face, Kurt. I do think that's a talent, but maybe just not on a date. Maybe save that for when you're actually working and not across the table from someone at dinner.
Yeah, it's like Jubal going out on a date and doing all his phone tap voices. Like, no one wants that.
They don't?
They don't. I'm sorry.
For the future.
I think a lot of people give male models a bad rap, and just so you guys know, I mean, I know most of you are in the radio or in, whatever Angie does. Male modeling is very hard, and we grind every day to make our careers possible. Okay, and you have to work on your diet. You have to work on your wardrobe. You have to keep up with what's going on, and obviously you need to practice your faces. I mean, as funny as it sounds, it's a very important part of what I do.
Makes sense.
One very, very important thing that you just said, though, that I think probably makes it seem like you're a little self-involved is you said, I don't even know what Angie does. And you went on a date with her, and you didn't take the time to figure out what her career is?
Yeah, Kurt, you never even asked me what I do.
Well, you're too sad looking to really even talk to you. Like, I was scared to ask you.
So it's her fault that you didn't take any interest in her?
Yeah, she was just way too sad and just way too down. I just didn't know what to say to her. I just didn't feel like I could ask her anything.
Oh my God.
So you thought you could cheer up with some of your faces. I get it, dude. Well, Angie, would you like to go out with Kurt on a second date? We will pay for it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to pause after absolutely. Damn.
And if you guys are wondering, I'm making this type of face. Disgusted. No way. Never again.
Dude, you nailed it.
I can't
Thanks
see it.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yo, stop making fun of my faces. They're real, and they very much get me paid. Okay?
All right.
So.
Oh my God, he's miserable.
Keep grinding, Kurt. Angie, thank you for talking to us. And,
You're welcome.
hopefully you can find a lady out there, Kurt, that will appreciate you for all your different looks.
That's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback.
No problem.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jimmy, please?
Yeah, this is Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio program.
Why's the radio program calling me?
Well, because one of our listeners actually emailed us and asked if we could get you on the phone. Her name is Amanda, and you recently took her out on a date. Okay. So Amanda emailed us and told us about your date. And she also said she really liked you a lot. And she's wondering why you're not calling her back. She said it's been like 2 weeks since you guys went out. She's been hoping you would call to ask her on a second date, but she's heard nothing. And she's wondering, is there...
I bet she did.
Whoa!
What did you
bet
just
she
say?
did.
I said I bet she did.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, Amanda is, oh boy. Amanda is, she's something else.
We talked to her, just to let you know, we talked to her. She told us about meeting you. Thought it was really cool the way you...
I'm sure she did.
She didn't sound like anything that... I mean,
Can I say she's a real pisser on the air?
Sure. What do you mean by that? Like she had problems?
She's a nightmare.
She's a nightmare? Did you say she's a nightmare?
She was a nightmare.
Why is she a nightmare?
Well, what did she tell you?
She just said you guys went out to dinner and had some good conversation, ended the date with a kiss on the cheek, and she was hoping to hear from you again. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, okay. Amanda is a very attractive woman, but I could tell everything about her from her food order.
What do you mean? Like she's a vegetarian and you just can't stand those people? Like I feel the same.
Oh, it's a lot worse than that.
Okay, well, what could be worse?
So much worse.
What did she do just ordering food that pissed you off enough to, like, call her a pisser or whatever?
Well, let me give you a blow-by-blow description. She started off by asking for bottled water, no ice, and it couldn't be tap water. It had to be bottled. She explained all this to the waiter.
Okay.
Why is that so offensive to you, though?
Oh, that's not offensive. That was just the opening salvo.
All right.
It got worse from there. Then she explained that she had certain dietary restrictions.
Like?
She couldn't eat any red meat.
Okay.
No gluten. No dairy. No fish that swim.
What? But crab
No
are
fish
fine.
that swim?
You know, like...
Yeah. Now let that sink in.
So no gluten, no dairy, no fish that swim. She's a picky eater, obviously.
Yeah, I even asked her, I said, what do you mean fish that swim?
Oh, so she...
And she made this little wavy motion with her hand, fish that swim. I said, yeah, I know fish that swim. Don't all fish swim? She said, no, there's some little fish that walk around, like shrimp, lobsters, anything with little bitty legs are okay.
And is that just because she has an allergy or something?
Who knows?
I thought you were just saying it like as a figure of speech when you were talking fish that swims. I didn't realize that was the exact words that came out of her mouth.
No, she actually said fish that swim. I was going to just take it at face value, but she went on to explain to me that fish that swim have a higher mercury content, and so if you eat fish that swim, you're slowly killing yourself.
You sound really upset about this.
I wanted to eat a whole fish right then.
Okay, so is it... all right, so she's a picky eater. I've never heard the fish that swims thing before. Why not?
Me either.
Why not go out with her on a second date, though? Is that the only bad thing?
Well, wasn't that enough?
I don't know. I mean...
This girl is high maintenance.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's a high maintenance issue.
Can I ask, because I'm just curious, what did she end up ordering for dinner?
I don't know, some sort of salad with water dressing.
You know something about her?
Water dressing?
With water dressing. So we talked to her about your date, and she didn't mention her dietary restrictions, but she did also say you're the only guy that has ever not called her back for a second date. You know that?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard for me to believe. I can't imagine all the other guys in her life have put up with that.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what, Jimmy? Thank you for being honest with us, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
And now I feel like I must be honest with you because Amanda is actually on the other line listening to this conversation.
Hey, what?
Yeah, I am here, and I'm hearing what you're saying about me.
Oh. Hey, Amanda.
I care about what goes in my body, and obviously you don't. It's not high maintenance.
No, I was caring about what went in your body in a completely different way than what you were thinking about.
Oh, sir.
Thank you for taking the words out of my mouth, Jimmy. I was hoping I didn't have to make that joke.
You're a jerk.
Dude, Jimmy, I will say, to stand up for her, what do you expect? The hottest girl you've ever seen to then go down a cheeseburger?
Thank
You can't have that body that she probably has and also mow down on cheese fries all the time.
Look, haven't you ever heard the phrase, no matter how hot she is, there's some guy that's just tired of her
Yes, I
For your information, I didn't even want a second date. I literally just wanted this to happen to find out why you didn't call me back, why you were such a jerk. Obviously, I'm the hottest girl that you've ever gone out with, so that's for you.
Look, I'm not going to lie. You're very hot, okay? But and I'd totally sleep with you once, but I just don't want to eat with you again.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, that leads me to my question. Jimmy, would you like to go on a second date with Amanda There'll be no eating. You
hell
guys.
no.
Okay.
Oh, we're
I was gonna say, you
serious.
guys. I would pay for you guys to go to dinner, but you don't even have to do that. You
No,
can just sleep
no.
together once. Not interested either, Amanda, huh?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not missing out there, Amanda, whatsoever.
Clearly. You know what? You're just a low-class jerk, and you obviously can't handle a woman like me.
I don't want to handle a woman like you. I'd rather handle a woman that eats fish, that swims. And by the way, I don't care what you think. All fish swim.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Sarah, please?
this is she.
Hey, Sarah, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm good.
What's going on?
I'm at work. I'm good.
Just calling to check in with some of our listeners. Do you listen to the show?
Yeah, no, I listen. I'm just shocked you're calling me. It's kind of random.
Any idea why I might be calling you?
Honestly, no.
Well, the reason I'm calling you today is one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's somebody that you went on a date with recently. His name is James.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, and so it sounds like you know James. He says that you guys met on Tinder and went out for drinks and had a fun time, but you haven't been answering any of his phone calls or text messages. So he asked us to get you on the phone and ask if he did something wrong.
Oh God. Okay. Look, I don't know if I need to do this on the radio. Like, I don't want to embarrass him.
You don't want to. Well, that's okay. He wants to be embarrassed. He's the one that emailed us.
I think he wouldn't really appreciate me calling him out on it.
Okay, but we talked to him, and he's prepared to hear anything that you have to say.
Is he on the line right now?
If you're worried about embarrassing him, I mean, he's asking for it, basically. He said he's okay with that.
And I have to know this explanation because he sounds lovely with an accent. I don't know why you would turn this dude down.
Yeah. See, that's exactly the problem. I don't buy it.
You don't buy what?
I don't buy his whole I'm British thing.
Well,
You think he's faking it?
I studied abroad. I lived in the UK for a couple years. I think he's faking being British because it's something that works. And we met on Tinder. You can be anybody on Tinder. It's true, though.
Why do you think you think the whole accent thing, everything is just a lie?
Absolutely.
Was there like a hint when he was talking that you're like, oh, gotcha?
I mean, you said you talked to him. Didn't you hear it for yourself? It's pretty bad.
I thought it sounds like he's English to me.
Hey, can I have a little dicky bird now? Can I have a word or what?
Wait, is that him?
Yes, it is. He's actually on the phone. You asked me a second ago, and I didn't answer you on purpose because James is on the other line listening.
Oh, my God.
Hello, Sarah. How's it going?
See, are you listening to that? Hello, Sarah. How you doing?
It sounds legit to me, Sarah.
I mean, it is legit. It is legit. I don't know what you want. I mean, I could show you my passport. I could, give you my national insurance number. I could, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to, what do you need to see?
Yeah, I'm sure you could show me your fake green card and your fake passport and your fake everything else.
Yeah, because I've got all the time in the world to sit around and generate fake copies of documents so that I can meet girls on Tinder. I mean, come on. That's
exactly,
gotta be the most stupid thing I've ever heard.
Exactly what I think you're doing. No, it's exactly what I think you're doing.
Wow, Sarah, paranoid, much love.
Oh, way to be all patronizing. That's going to make me want to go out on a second date with you.
I mean, at this point, it's really, it's I mean, it's neither here nor there now, is it? I mean, you think I'm a complete fake, so I might as well just go box to the wall.
Yeah, I don't think you're fake. I know you're fake, and you're laying it on pretty thick with the whole parallel parking job. Oh, I can't park the car because it's on the right side of the road. It's 5 to 6 times. I could have
That's a
parallel
pretty good accent, Sarah. That's a pretty good accent. You should try faking it and meeting people on Tinder.
Okay, just give it up. Your accent is so fake.
I don't know what else to tell you. I've got nothing else to go with. This is me. I've never.
Come on, just give it up, dude. And you have really two perfect teeth for somebody who's British anyway.
I mean, and this is crazy. I've never heard anything like it. Yeah. Do you need me to call my parents in London or something? You can have a little word with them. They can tell you who I am.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'll call international. Hell, we can Skype if we want to. And they can sit there, oh, Papa, cheerio. Who's this? Are you dating James? Oh, she sounds lovely, James. Let's invite her over for tea.
All right, see, now we're crossing the line. This is outrageous, Sarah. I don't know what the it is you want me to do, but, I mean, this is just bloody ridiculous, mate. Anything you say, I'll do to prove to you.
I don't know how to get you to prove that you're faking it, but there's
there's just something slightly untrustworthy about you.
Wow. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm at the end of my tether now.
Sarah, I'm confused. You liked him on the date, right?
Well, I liked him when I met him on Tinder. Until then we met in person and he started faking the British accent.
I don't get this. Like, why would I fake a British accent? You've already said that I'm a pretty good-looking guy and I've got perfect teeth and I've got, everything else. So I wouldn't really have a problem getting dates, would I? I mean, the accent...
That's just it. You're attractive enough on your own. I don't feel like you have to lay it on that thick. Like, you do have nice teeth and you are attractive, which is why you don't need to fake the accent because you have some other stuff going for you already. Like, that's
What
not
are you talking about, Sarah? Are you a dialect coach now or something? I'm English. I'm from London. Crystal Palace. SW16. What else do you need to know?
James, it doesn't sound like Sarah is going to believe you no matter what. For the record, James, I believe you that you're British.
Convinced.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, what neighborhood are you from?
I just said that. Crystal Palace.
Oh, sounds made up to me. Yeah, right.
Google it. Google it.
Oh my God,
Google it. There's a football team. There's a football team. I lived right on Church Road, right opposite the football stadium.
It would be called Church Road, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Okay.
sure. Okay. Hey, Sarah, I would love to ask you if he'll go out on a second date with James. I don't think he can drop the accent because I have a feeling that it's real. Are you willing to go out with him again?
Sarah, do it. Don't sabotage this.
Yeah.
Nope.
What?
I can't. No, I can't. I'm not going to waste my time with somebody who wants to be a charlatan and lying to my face, and I don't need that. I don't know how he's convinced you guys, but he certainly hasn't convinced me, and I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not going to waste my time.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this.
You are having a laugh.
Sorry, James.
Unbelievable.
No second date for you, man.
I don't know what to say, Sarah. I don't know what to say. You missed out, love. You missed out.
That's all right, James. I'm sure there are plenty of other girls on Tinder that are happy to drop the knickers for you anytime.
Wow. This girl. Wow.
Well, thanks a lot for your time, both of you. We appreciate it. Sarah, better luck on Tinder finding like a real American guy who's not faking it like James is.
I'm not faking this thing. Listen to me. Hey, listen up, right? Listen. I'll send you, just for shits and giggles, I'll send you everything. My passport, my green card, I'll send you everything, just so that you know. I mean, I'll show you the tattoo of the Union Jack on the end of my if you want.
I hope you actually have that.
That would be amazing.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Tammy, please?
This is Tammy.
Hey, Tammy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What is that?
It's a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning. That's what it is.
Okay, why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling you because we do a segment on our radio show called The Second Date Update.
Okay.
You still sound confused.
I don't know what that is. I don't really listen to the radio that much.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Well, thank you.
A second date update, what it is where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Okay, and so one of our listeners emailed us about you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
I'm going to say that you probably remember this date because it happened at IKEA.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, Craig is wondering why you're not calling him back. He told us about your IKEA date, and everybody in the room feels like you're probably not calling him back because he took you on a date to IKEA.
Oh, my God. I can't believe he called a radio station about this.
Well, he clearly doesn't make good decisions. I mean, he took you on a date to IKEA, and now he does this, so I can fully see how he'd call a radio station.
Yeah, I guess I can see that now.
I don't know, though. It sounded like from his description you were into it. Like he said you guys were like pretend watching TV, and you enjoyed the Swedish meatballs.
Yeah, I mean, it was a cool idea. It sounds like he already kind of told you a lot about it.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he pretty much broke it down to us. Said you guys hung out there, watched the fake TVs, and even had a pretend fight in one of the bedrooms or something like that.
I love it.
We did. All that was fun.
Okay, well, if that was fun, then why don't you want to see him again?
There was a couple moments there that it went from being kind of fun to kind of weird and uncomfortable.
He didn't use one of the display toilets, did he?
Oh my gosh, Jubal.
I've always wanted to do
No,
that.
he did not do that.
Okay. I don't know what could be worse than that, so what did he do?
Well, it wasn't as bad as that. I'll give him that.
Okay, good.
We went to different beds around the store, And the first time we got to one, he jokingly was like, "Oh, tuck me in, tell me a story."
That's funny.
And the first time it was cute, and like I did it, and he was like, "Talk to me in a mom voice," and so I did that, and like sure, it was a little weird, but like I was playing the game, playing along.
Plus, he could have gone the total other direction and been just a total perv the first time you got in bed.
That's true. That's true. And he did not do that. So I am thankful for that. But it's just that happened like 3 or 4 more times. Like each time we came to a bed, he wanted me to tuck him in and read him a story. And he was asking for me to, like, when I started talking, if I started reading this story in a normal voice, he was like, "No, use your mom voice." And
oh my God.
Yeah. Well, come on, to his defense, maybe he's just really bad at role playing and he's not very creative. So he saw that you thought it was funny the first time and he just kept the joke going.
Yeah, I guess so. But then he put his thumb in his mouth and it just was weird. It just got to be way too much and it was creeping me out.
Yeah, I can see that creeping you out even after one time, but over and over and over again. Read me a story, mama.
Yeah, no. It was weird.
I love how IKEA brought out his mommy issues.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I had to get out of there.
Well, then I probably shouldn't let you know that he's on the phone listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you, mama.
God, you're joking, right?
No, I'm not. Your little boy is listening.
Hey, Tammy, it's me, Craig.
Hey, Craig, what's going on?
Just listening to the story about your experience of our IKEA date. I don't know. I felt like the first time I did that, it was really funny and weird. I felt like you laughed really hard, and I do this thing where like I beat a joke to death, and I definitely did it this time. And I guess that is a little weird.
Even you admit it's weird.
So it was a joke and not some weird sort of fetish fantasy thing that you're trying to live out in IKEA?
No, not at all. Nothing like that. But it was me being awkward and thinking that you thought something was funny, and then I realized in retrospect, oh my God, that was so creepy.
Are you sure? But like you wanted me to call you Craigie Poo.
Oh, Craigie Poo.
Yeah. Again, funny at the time. Now that I hear it again, totally creepy.
See, at least you can admit that it was really creepy, Tammy.
Yeah, retrospect,
I mean,
right?
I was on his side until the thumb-sucking thing, and then I felt like that pushed it over the edge for me, but maybe you're more forgiving.
Craig, I had a really good time, but it went from like 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds, and it just got real creepy.
I know.
Can I be like super honest with you? Is that when I like someone and I think that something's going really well, I just get kind of nervous, and I think about 2/3 of the way through the date, I felt like we were really grooving, and when I get nervous, my jokes just go down the toilet.
When I get really nervous, I become a 2-year-old and suck my thumb in.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was really funny at first, and then I got really super awkward by the end, and you could probably tell because by the 3rd time I let out that weird giggle that was supposed to be a joke.
Oh, yep. I remember that.
Craigie Poo, I want to hear the giggle.
Yeah, Craigie Poo.
I don't think I could do it again.
Do you want me to read you a story?
I can't go down this road because I might try to be funny, and it's not going to work.
All right, well, I'll save you then. Tammy, would you like to go out on a second date with Craigie Poo? Now that you know it wasn't a weird thing and it was just a joke, we will pay for it.
I don't know. My friends gave me a lot of crap when I told them about the IKEA ordeal.
Oh, come on. He's the most self-aware weirdo that we've had.
That's true.
Come on, Mama Tammy, come tuck me into bed again.
Whoa, what?
Is that Tammy talking?
Who's talking?
No, that was Craig.
Oh my God, that is Craig!
Craig, what?
I'm sorry, it's so weird. It is so weird.
Don't do it if you know it's so weird.
And it's so believable.
Yeah.
You sound like a girl.
No, it sounds like a horror movie is what it sounds like.
That was the voice he was using that night.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm just trying to be funny. Please go out with me again. I promise I won't make any more jokes.
If you can come back from that, Craig, it's going to be amazing.
I promise. If you go on one more date with me, I promise.
No more Mama Tammy jokes. Come on.
Shelly! Oh my God! The hair on my neck is standing up.
Craig, I want to hang out with you because I want to hear that voice more.
Oh my God, it's so
Tammy, what do you think? Will you go out with... No?
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not going out on another date with you. I have nightmares just hearing that weird voice that you're doing.
Oh, man.
I do too. I don't blame you.
Craig, I'm sorry. No second date for you.
That's okay.
Stop it. Stop.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Carla, please?
Yeah, this is her.
Hey, Carla, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Sorry, what did you say?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
I didn't understand a word you just said.
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, okay.
And we recently got an email from one of our listeners about you.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you, Carla.
Why?
That's a good question. Well, because you recently went out on a date with him, and we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not talking to them after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what happened. His name is Trevor.
He emailed you to call me.
Correct, because he says that you won't return any of his text messages or phone calls.
Oh my God. You're laughing?
Why? Why would he? Like, I didn't respond. I think that should be a hint enough.
Yeah,
I know,
usually it should be. You're right, but we do this a lot on our show, and some people just want an answer. So he just wants to know why you're laughing and why you think this is so funny, basically.
Did he tell you about, like, what all happened?
On your date?
Yeah.
Well, he told us a little bit about your date. He said there was a moment where he felt like he might have offended you.
Like, how did he say he offended me?
He said that you guys were talking at one point, and he commented on your shoulders and said they were very broad, and you looked like you were an Olympian or something like that.
I mean, yeah, that was kind of weird.
You don't sound offended, though.
No, I mean, I used to swim. I swam in college. Like, I know I have broad shoulders.
Oh, so he's actually spot on. Wow. It was like an accurate observation.
Yeah, but it's kind of a weird just thing to point out on a date, especially on a first date,
Yeah.
It's not usually the compliment women are looking for.
No, usually almost anything but that.
Yeah. The eyes, the hair, all kinds of things to choose from rather than focusing on how big your shoulders are.
It's not even just like how big my shoulders are, it's that they're Olympic sized.
But you could understand that he was nervous and he didn't mean any harm by it.
I get that. I really just wanted to move on after that comment.
Yeah, that's understandable.
What else did he tell you about our date?
He told us that was like the main thing. He did say at the end of it, you kind of like ran to your car.
No, he said a light jog.
Yeah, he said that you walked outside. You didn't really say goodbye to him. No hug, no handshake, no nothing. And you kind of went from a fast walk to a light jog to your car.
I absolutely did. I could get the vibe that he thought it was going a lot better than I liked, and so I didn't want to have to turn him down if he went in for a kiss or a hug or anything like that. So I just turned and walked away.
I just got to get out of here because I don't want to have the awkward situation of telling him no.
And I'm guessing it wasn't just the broad shoulders comment that made you go to a light jog to your car.
No, it wasn't. It was, oh my God. So we're chatting, dinner. He's kind of a weird dude.
Okay.
And then, so we start talking about our pets. I have a cat. And I pulled out a couple photos. I've shown up the cat's real cute. And he starts pulling out his phone and showing me pictures of his bird, his parakeet.
Oh. Okay.
And it's a lot of them.
Okay.
All right, so he loves this little parakeet.
Well, it's not just love. It's more like an obsession.
Okay. All right.
Was it like every photo on his phone was his parakeet?
Almost every photo.
All right.
Oh, that could just mean that he's lonely too.
Sure, he likes animals, right?
Well, he's got all these photos, and the bird has an Instagram page.
What?
And he's got a Facebook page.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Wow. Okay. So
It's a lot.
So he loves this bird so much that you didn't feel like you wanted to get to know him anymore.
I just felt like you probably don't have any time for anything else in your life.
Whoa, hey, okay, I take offense to that.
Wait, what is going on?
Oh, that's Trevor. I forgot to tell you that, Carla. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Hello.
Oh, my God.
First of all, his name is Steven Squawking, and he's pretty popular on Instagram and Facebook, but that's beside the point.
Really?
I just brought up Steven because I thought you were interested. I like you. I was sharing that with you because I wanted to share part of my life with you. I didn't think you would knock me down and literally run away.
First of all, I didn't run. I just walked away quickly. And your obsession with your bird is a bit much.
Well, my obsession could actually get us rich if he gets enough followers. So...
How many followers does Steven have?
He has 1,000 followers on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Whoa, all right. So you're building a business with your bird, Steven Squawking.
That is exactly right. He is my best friend and my business partner.
Carly, it's kind of cute in a way, right? He just loves his pet.
A couple pictures is cute, but he took the parakeet and got professional glamour shots.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, he took the parakeet to a studio, they had someone light it, put it in outfits, and take photos and edit and tone them of a parakeet.
What is wrong with that? I care about him. He's my pet. I love Steven. I love him, and I can take whatever pictures I want of him.
You know what, Trevor? I really think you need to get a life. I mean, you seem like a nice guy, but you're going a little overboard with this.
Get a life? I have a life. Steven Squawking is my life.
This is so awkward. It's amazing.
And you guys, that's why I didn't call him back.
Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense
All right,
after that lesson.
Well, Carla, I'm hoping I can change your mind because I would like you to go out on a second date with Trevor. Will you go out with Trevor one more time? We will pay for it.
Are you kidding me? I just told you he took glamour shots of his parakeet. I'm not going out with him again.
Huh. That's fine. I don't even want to go on a date with a bird hater.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so we're both in agreement then. You guys don't want to go out with each other.
No way.
Okay.
That's so much hate over
Well,
a bird.
Yeah, I mean, poor Steven in this deal. I wish we could talk to him and get his side of the story, but we can't. I don't think he can talk to us about it.
He's not available for interviews right now, but if you check his Instagram, he's going on tour soon.
Okay. I'll be sure to DM Steven Squawking and see if I can set it up.
Thank you.